Good evening. Good evening. Can you hear me? Okay, good evening, Esther. Esther, well done. You are the first to comment. How are you doing? Good evening. How was your day today? How did it go? Was it stressful? And kudos to you for joining in on time. How are you doing? How was your day today? Okay, good evening, Ijoma. Good evening. How was your day, or how is your day going? If you are still probably maybe at work, or how are you doing? How did your day go today? Good evening, Ara. Good evening, Nathaniel. It's great to see that. Yeah. Well done. Good evening, Ijoma. Good evening. How are you doing? Okay, just getting home, not quite long. Well done. And you are joining this section. Well done, well done, well done, well done. Well done. Ijoma, how are you? Ara, how are you? Nathaniel, how are you? How are you doing? If I ask you to define your day, how your day went, using a data terminology, what would you say? If you're just joining in, welcome, and I would love to read from you via the comments. Thank you, Ara. Thank you, Nathaniel. Nathaniel, I'm doing great. I'm doing great. Thank you for asking. Fine. Great. Thank you very much. And kudos to you all for joining in on time. Kudos for joining in on time. NJ Street, good evening. I am doing well. How are you doing? How was your day, or how did your day go today? Oh, well done. That's good to hear. That's good to hear. And kudos, I celebrate you all for joining in on time. This is 7:03, and we have Nathaniel, Elstai, Joma, Ara, MJ Treats all here. I celebrate your determination and enthusiasm. That's why via that email I sent, I said, well done, enthusiastic data analyst. And yeah, you guys did not prove me wrong. Thank you, Lola Day. Good evening. How are you doing? How are you? How was your day? Or how is your day going? That if you're not shut down for the day, how is it still going? Good evening. Okay. Thank you so much for joining the section. We are going to be reviewing the date. Thank you, Lola D. I'm fine. I'm fine. My day is still ongoing. So yeah, fine. Thank you. We are going to be reviewing the data challenge, and you know that whisper that I wrote via the email. I said a little whisper, connect with your laptop. Hope you connected with your laptop. Hope you are ready to practice. Did you download the data set? And are you ready to be hands on? Are you ready to be hands-on? Yes, no. I connected with my laptop. I will connect later. What is the feedback? Did you connect with your laptop afterwards? Are you did you are you having a notepad close to you, or how do you want to do that? Are you going to be practicing, or you want to watch it later and practice afterwards? I connected with my laptop. Please drop in the comments. Okay. Who okay, making okay, okay. Well done. Well done, Olade. Did you well done. Who connected? Okay, you didn't connect with your PC. You practice later. Okay, thank you, Ara. Okay, please practice later, because in this data field, if you learn it, then in I studied mathematics, and in mathematics, then we have this slogan that if you study maths, if you leave maths one day, it will leave you 3 days. Because when it comes to the formulas in mathematics, if you don't practice the formula, if you don't use it to solve a lot of questions, the formula will not stick, and by the time you go over it again, it will look like so we had the that slogan that if you leave mathematics one day, it will leave you 3 days. And data analysis is also like that, that when you practice it and you did not when you learn it and you did not practice, it's as though you have not learned it. So welcome, and please do well to practice it when you are done. This is the data challenge review section, and it's not just a review section, is that section where we are going to be reviewing and we are also going to learn. Keyword we are learning. And a little brief of intro. Ifnaya Gabriel. Okay, thank you. Nathaniel, you connected with your laptop. Well done, well done. So that means you are ready to start practicing on the go. That's great. Well done. Okay, and I'm sure you have seen me on Facebook or maybe on LinkedIn. I'm Ifnaya Gabriel by name, and I'm a lead consultant and a data analyst with close to half a decade of experience. I've taught over 5,000 students data analysis using MX Excel, Power BI, and Tableau. And the tools that I'm proficient with: Excel, Power Query, Power BI. And yes, I don't like merging Power Query into Power BI. For example, if I'm trying to list out the tools, I list out Power Query as a separate entity, because yes, it's a separate entity, it's a whole world of its own. You learn it differently. So why do I need to add it to Excel or to Power BI? So yeah, I list it separately. Power Query. It's not easy to learn it. It's easy. No, it's not. And SQL, Tableau, Google Looker, and IBM Cognos Analytics. I've handled multiple projects over 15. 15 is just to put a figure to it, because as data analysts we understand the language of numbers. And I'm sure that as a data analyst you must have heard people say, what is your niche? Because one thing with a niche is that a niche helps you to narrow down, it helps you to bring in all your best into what you are doing. So for me, I have over 7 years of experience teaching in a classroom. It means I was a classroom teacher. Yeah, I taught mathematics. And remember, I said I studied mathematics. So it was very easy for me to dive into the teaching world before I ran away and dived into data analysis. So with that teaching industry, with that experience being a teacher and having a good understanding of the education system, I chose my niche, which is the edtech industry. So it means that currently I'm working within the edtech industry, which edtech means education technology. I reside in Abuja. It means if you're in Abuja, mm, and I'm married. And one of my favorite quotes is that anything worth doing is worth doing very, very well. And for this section today, we are going to be having Blessing. Blessing is the winner of the third of the week one challenge. Blessing is going to be walking us through the section. And this section, we have the week one and also the week two. The week one is lesson, and the week two, we have Nora. And for the section, we are going to be looking at ways you can clean and prepare your data effectively, because we know that data analysis, when it comes to the data analysis part, analysis is just 10%. What takes the bulk of the work is the cleaning parts. If you get your cleaning right, then you know that to an extent your analysis is going to be correct and accurate. And there is this thing called data integrity. Who knows what is data integrity? Who will be the first person to type it? What is data integrity? Via the comments, what is data integrity? Data integrity. Who will be the first? What is data integrity? Who is responding? Who is typing? What is data integrity? Here. Okay, making sure your data is accurate and reliable. Thank you, Lola D. So this is the responding. Well done. Thank you, Deborah. Accuracy and reliability. That's the keyword. Accurate and reliable. Your data has to be accurate and reliable. And the process you take to make sure that your data is accurate and reliable is that cleaning, ensuring that you are cleaning it and you are interpreting it in the way and manner that you're supposed to interpret it. And that's what we are going to be looking at this section: how to clean your data, prepare it effectively, some common data quality issues you should take note of. And if you have not looked at the data set, which is one of the reasons why I attached it for us to download it before this section, if you are yet to look at it, please look at it. And if you're still joining, if you're just joining, welcome. And it would be nice if you connected with your laptop so that you would practice alongside. We're also going to be answering questions. If you have questions as it concerns your data, we are going to be discussing all of those challenges and the solutions to that. And to take you in this first section is blessing. Blessing Blessing is a final year student, computer student, and an aspiring data scientist with a strong passion for technology and data and innovation. She has hands-on experience working with tools such as Excel, Python, PostgreSQL, and Power BI, and she ensures leveraging these skills to derive insights and solve real-world problems. In addition to her academic pursuits, she's a business-oriented individual with a strong entrepreneurial mindset. So clap for Blessing. Let's welcome Blessing to the stage. Blessing, welcome.
Good
And the
evening,
floor is yours.
everyone. Good
Thank
evening.
you.
Good evening. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. We can hear
Good
you.
evening,
Good evening.
everyone. Good evening, everyone. So first of all, I want to thank Mrs. Ifunaya for this opportunity. I'm not taking it for granted. Thank you very much. So I welcome everyone. Without wasting much of our time, let's just go in. Let's dive into the data set for week one challenge. All right. So I'm going to be sharing my screen so that everyone can see what I'm going to be doing here. I don't know. Can you all see my screen? All right. So here is the data sets for the week one challenge. So I'm just going to copy the link so I can paste it on my Power BI. I noticed that most of us that has participated in the week one challenge make use of Excel. I can I can as well make use of Excel, but I choose to use Power BI. So just pardon me on this. So let's see if this is the table. So just wait for this thing. Yeah, it's here already. So I'll just go right there and click on transform data. Okay, so data set is here. So this is the data set for the week one challenge. The first thing we need to do here is that since Power Query has given us an index already, so we just have to remove this so that we don't have double index. So I'll just come here and say choose column, and then I will untick this. I don't want this, so I'll just untick it. All right. So the I noticed that these headers are in row one. We need to move this headers where header is supposed to be. So we just come here, use first row as header. So we come here as we want to use our first row as header, and this will move to the header. while this is loading, me looking at this first column, this full name column, we can see that we have a lot of duplicates on this first column. We can see that Oluwaseun Bello is here, Oluwaseun Bello is here. So without nobody telling us, we already know that this column has a lot of duplicates. So we can just come here, this we can just look at this drop down to see what and what we have there. So we can see that we have just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 unique names, while other ones happen to be duplicates. So we just say okay. Then we move to this one. This one we can see that this have 30, that's any. Then I think what I also did was to come into the instructions to see what is needed of me to do. So you say we should standardize the name formatting, remove multiple space, leading, then also ensure consistent spelling for same individuals, then convert all age entries to numeric values, and do entries like 30 and this. So we just come here and say and view what we have here. So you can see that we have 30 and all this, but we don't want this. So I'll just remove this as I don't want this, and I'll say okay. Then this 30, this 30, we want it in numeric form. We don't want it to be in words. We want to change numeric form. So I'll just click on this and left click and say I want to replace this value with something else. So I click on replace value. Then it's 30. What do I want to replace it with? I want to replace it with 30. So that's it. Then there's still another NaN that I need to remove from this column. So I'll just click on this drop down and say I want to remove this one too. So I will just untick it and say okay, I want to remove it.
Hello, Blessing.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Hello, Blessing. Okay. Yeah, I can. When
Okay,
you mention a step that you took, please say it again so that some people can hear you. Because for some people, the screen is blurred, so they are not seeing what you are doing. So to
okay,
ensure that they heard you or they saw it, for any step you take, please mention it again and again that this is what you want to do. More like iterating it. Okay. Thank you very much. Well
okay,
done.
okay. All right. So what I did on this column, this age column, was to remove the NAA, change my value from 30 in words to 30 in number. So now I'm done with this age column and I'm moving on to this email. So I just come and click on this drop down to check what I have on this email column. I can see this is all what I have on this email column. So I'll just uncheck this and check everything and click on this blank to see what I have on these blank spaces. So the reason why I want to check what is on this blank space because I want to really see if removing the blank space will not affect anything on my data set. So I can see that this is what we have on this blank space and all these are still duplicates. I'll just say okay, I've seen what is there. So I'll just select everything and say I want to remove this. I'll just untick this. So with this now, I'm removing my I'm removing all the blank space on this column. While that is loading, let's look on this join date. For this join date to add some empty columns which we are going to untick and this not a date too. We are going to remove that too. So that is done. So just come on this again and see what we have on this thing and say we want to remove this blank space, we want to remove this not a date. Okay, as that is loading, we are moving on to this department column once this is done. And on this department column, we are going to remove all these blank spaces too because we don't need them on this data set. So that is done. Then we just come on to this column and check what we have on it. So you can see that we have some blank space on this one. So we just uncheck it and say we don't want this blank space. So while that is loading, then this salary column too, what we are going to do is it also have a lot of blank spaces and this unknown number and we were asked to deal with all this. So I'll just come here and say let's what do we have here. I'll click on this drop down and see what we have there. So we have some unknown numbers, we have this and we have some blank space. I'll just say I don't want this blank space, I want to remove it. I want to remove this one too and I want to remove this unknown as well. After removing all this, I'll just click on OK. Okay, that's it. Then this 75, we don't want 75k. We want it to be on like something like this. So we just click on it and right click on this 75k. Then we say want to replace value. You can as well come to this column, this you can as well come here and say want to replace value. But for me, this is from here, by clicking and replacing it is easier for me. So I'll just go with this. So I'm like, okay, this is it. I want to replace it with 75,000. I don't want 75k. So I'll just say okay. So the next thing I'm going to do is to change the data type of this. This is in alphabet. I want it to be in fixed decimal. So I'm going to change this. Then this date too. We are going to change it to like dates. Yeah, that is done. So I'll just click on this ABC and say I want to change my data type to fixed decimal number. With this, that's going to be showing that this is monetary value and not just a whole number. I think this department is in the right format, in the right data type format. So we just jump to this date. this join date and say this is not in the right data format. We want to change it to dates. So I'll just come here and click on dates. While that is loading, you can see that this age column is in alphabet form. So we want to change it to whole number so that we can do calculations with it. But if it's this format, we can't really do any calculation with it. So we just come here and say we want to change this data type to a whole number. So you can see that this has changed from what it was to a normal proper date format. Okay, this is done. Then we'll just come on to this. You can see that this is in the right format, so we just leave this. Then we just highlight this whole column and left click, and we say we want to remove all the duplicates on this column. So we just say remove duplicates. Yeah, so I've removed duplicate on the data set, and you can see that the unique numbers we have on the data set is just these 6 names. So every other thing was a duplicate. So now we have what what we need to work with. Now another thing we need to do is this email. We can see that like one, two, three, like 3 different persons are using the same mail. So we just say want to create mail for them, want to give them their own personal mail, like each person to have each a different mail. So I'll just say I want to come here, I'll just come here and say I want to add a new column, which is this add column. So I'll say custom column. Then here we have a custom column. So here we'll give our custom column a name. Let's name it unique name. And we see our unique name is equal to text. This T has to be in capital letter because if it's in small letter, Power Query will not recognize it. So we have to put the T in text in capital letter. So now say text dot lower. We want it in lower form. Then we open a bracket, text again, dot replace. The R in the replace has to be in capital letter as well. Then we open under bracket, and we open under a square bracket too as well. What do you want to replace? You want to replace this full name. Then you close this bracket. Before we close the bracket, this full name has space in between the names. So we say we want to replace this full name And also once to replace, you put a comma, and also once to replace the spaces too that is there. So we just put this and give it a space, then you put a comma again. That wants to replace it, but we don't want space in between. So you tell power query that we don't want space. So this the second inverted comma, comma, now I'm not putting a space, but the first one has a space. Why this is closed? Why this is closed? So after that, I will close these two cycle brackets here. Then I now say I want to add something to it as well. Then I click on, I just put an, I want to put an domain. Let's put that in small letter at gmail.com. Okay, let me go through this. Yeah, this is supposed to be one test. Okay, test dot lower, test dot replace, full name, comma. Okay, okay. Uh, an error is, let me check where the error is coming from. Test dot replace. Okay, I think it's here. This is replace instead of replace. Okay, replace. Then once replace full name. Okay, this replace. Okay, okay. Let me put double invited column here. Oh, sorry. I thought I was working with Python. So we just say okay. Something expression the main text wasn't recognized. Make sure it is replaced correctly. Okay, press. I'm sorry this is taking time. Okay. Mm, 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 mm. Oh, what is wrong? What is wrong? I want to cancel this query and start all over. Let's see what is wrong here. Okay, let's just apply and close. Let's close and apply and see. I don't know what was wrong there. So we have our table here. Okay. What is wrong here? Wait.
Okay. Hello, Blessing.
Yeah.
Let's see the formula again. Let's see the formula again. Someone said the replace was spelled wrongly. So let's see. Probably maybe that's the issue.
Okay. I need to get out of this query stuff. Oh, add no colon. This is not working. Transform. Mm. So let's bring up choice. How do we get out of this place? Let me hear your suggestion. How do we get out from this place? Our table is not coming up and we need our table back. So let's bring
Okay. Go back to the formula. That's go back to your your table. But let's see the steps.
let's see. Okay, these are the steps. These are our steps. So we need our table back and something is wrong somewhere. Uh,
Um,
okay,
Click
let's
on.
see.
Wait. Click on. Okay. Try to. Did you save?
It's not saved yet. Okay, let me just save it.
Oh.
This big one so that we can have it back whenever anything we are doing. Okay, so that is saved. Um, okay, let me
Maybe
just try
we.
the formula again. Let me just try the formula again. The formula is equal to text.
No. See, since the try and X the remove duplicate, the change types and the replace values. Let's see. Probably maybe that's why. So that you can or click on those steps.
Okay, that is
Okay.
done. That is done. That is done. Thank you. So let's just remove the duplicates again. So what I was trying to do was to create another column for the names. I don't know why what is going on, but we just try that again for the last time. So if it didn't work, someone has to we all have to go and do it on our own. But I'll just put down the formula. But I want the second person to come up. I don't want to take the whole time. So we are coming here and say we want to create a new column, Abi. So we say add column, custom column, and we gave it unique mail. And we say our unique mail is text, text in capital letter, text dot lower. Let me see if we have it here. Yeah, text dot lower. Then we type text dot replace. Let me see if it's here. Okay, then it says let's say replace. So what do we want to replace? We want to replace
No.
cycle
Okay.
brackets
See
and
the
this.
spelling of the. Okay. Okay.
Which one?
No. Continue. Continue. Well done.
Okay. So once we replace this full name, yeah, we want to replace it, and we also want to replace the spaces in between it. Comma again. Then we click on this as well. Then we close these two brackets. Then we say want to put and at domain.com. Yeah, I think we get it right now. So just click on OK. This is done working. But this is just the
Wrote the
formula.
text. I think he wrote the text twice. Text dot lower.
Oh, okay. All right. There's no. Yeah, I've closed this already. So, mm-mm.
Okay,
The table at
could you copy the
there is
link? Could you copy the link? That's could you copy the formula? Control A to copy it and paste via the comment so that we know that this is the idea. More like trying to work on it and see what happened later on. So you don't dwell on
okay.
that and proceed.
I should test the just type in the formula, right?
Yes, paste the
That's what
formula
you
in
are
the
saying.
comment. Yes.
Okay,
So that
okay,
they can
okay,
practice with the
okay,
formula, at least seeing the name. Just write the formula via the comment and they can practice with the formula, maybe know or see what happened.
okay, okay. So I just do that on our own. Let me just remove the duplicate again. So after that, we are going to trim this full name column and trim other columns too to remove the spaces that might be in between them. I think that was what I was supposed to do before going on with the formula. But let me just trim. Let me trim this. So just what I did was to right click on this. I like this column, right click, then I'll click go to I want to transform it. I want to then from transform, we say we want to trim. Then we can see that this Johnson is in capital letter. So we are going to make it to rhyme with this. That is when this trimming is done. I think the problem was I was supposed to trim before going to the to add the new column. Let me just trim and go back to that formula again. So we say want to capitalize each word so that everything can be on the same format. Okay, that is done. We are going to trim this as well. Okay, since we have converted, you no need to trim. I'll come here as I want to trim this email column too. So I'll just go ahead and trim it. So after trim, we want to capitalize each word. We come to transform again and we still want to capitalize each word. So you click on it and everything will be on the same format. After that, we have to come to this department to trim should in case there's any space in between the characters. Okay, so we want to trim this to transform, then trim. Excel doesn't take much time to load compared to this Power BI. So just bear with me. Okay, that is done. I think this is okay. So let's try the formula again to see if it will work now. So we say we want to add column, custom. Then want to give our column name. So let's try this again. Text, text dot lower, then replace. What do we want to replace? We want to replace text. Let me not forget that. Text dot replace. So we open the brackets. Yeah. And this. We want to replace this full name, comma. We want to replace the spaces in between it. So we want to replace it with close space. We don't want space. Then we close to, let me see there's no mistake. Yeah. Text dot lower, text dot replace, then full name. Okay. I want to be sure there's no error. Then I'll close these two brackets, this one and this one. Then I say I want to add something else to it. I want to add and we put that in a comma as well and add dot com. Okay, so let me go through this very well. Text dot lower, text dot replace. Then we want to replace this full name and the spaces in between it. Then we don't want space. Then this two, and we want to add something else and we want to add at domain.com. Okay, so let's see if it will work now. So I think the problem was that I was supposed to trim this full name column. I was supposed to trim it before going to replace it. So that was where the problem was, I guess. So now we have this email, we have this unique mail column here now. So the mistake I did was I did not trim it before going to create new column with it. So that was where the problem was. So you can see that we've gotten a unique mail here. So we just come here and okay, so we just come here, you click on this column, You click on this column, then you left press down your left click and move it down here. So it's here. Then we now come to home. I want to choose column. We want to remove this mail. So we just come here and untick this and say we want to remove it. So don't forget that before you create this formula, you have to trim everything, both the full name and everything. If you know it won't work. So that was what I think that's the last thing we're going to do now. So we are done.
Yeah.
We've changed the first step. So we just go and say we want to close and load. So close and apply. Then that is
Well
it.
done, blessing. Well
Thank
done. Well done. Please copy the link, the formula, and paste in the comments. That's the formula for the email replace. And
Oh, okay.
thank you very much for this section. Do we have questions? Do we have questions? Do we have questions? Questions?
I'm sorry
Who
for
was
taking much time. I think I was
no?
doing 30 minutes to do this.
I didn't get that. You said
I think I'm sorry for taking too much time.
no. You didn't take time. You didn't take time. Okay, someone is asking in the comments whether they are going to use Excel.
You can use Excel. Power Query is Power Query, both from if you are going to Power Query from Excel or from Power BI, it's still the same thing. It's the same interface you see there. The difference is the app itself. So Power Query is Power Query. If you go from Excel, you should still see the same thing that I did here. It's the same process. It doesn't matter whether you use Power BI or Excel. Everything is the same process. So we have our column here. And I think what did I do? Okay, I think we were supposed to do, should I go on and do the year of service or we can do that ourselves?
Use if you wrote a formula for it, you can drop the formula in the comments.
Okay, okay, okay. So this is
You can
our
drop it and also for the other one. That's the
okay,
formula for the remove mail. You can drop it in the comments.
okay. And one more thing was what we did was to change this to a long date. I think we changed from okay. Yeah, so you can actually change the date format from this place. You just click on it, then come to this place, this drop down, and change it to whatever format you want it to be. So that will just paste the formulas to calculate the age and the rest. So thank you for having me. Can I stop
Thank
sharing
you
now?
very much. Oh yeah, you can stop sharing now.
Okay.
Do we have questions? Do we have questions? And okay, the formula. They are asking for the formula.
Okay, I'm typing it in now.
Okay, thank you very much. And also the formula for the year of service.
Okay. The other person can go on to present. I will tag them in the comments.
Okay, okay, that's fine. That's fine. Thank you very much.
You're
Thank you.
welcome.
Okay, thank you. For the MJ, yes, to a large extent, before you remove duplicates, you have to make sure that the duplicates you are removing is actually duplicates, and it is better you remove duplicates when you are done cleaning. In that way, for example, if there are some things, if there are some values you love to calculate with the values you have there in your table, you can do all of those things before you remove duplicates. So it's always advised to remove the duplicates towards the last, towards the ending of your cleaning. So you are sure and certain that the duplicates you are removing are duplicates that are not needed. And because of that, for example, using these data sets as an example, these data sets that she just cleaned, this data set is an employees data set. And for the employees, you will notice that they have different ages, they have different names, then the different years of service, the different salaries, and all of that. So before you start cleaning it, the quite first question as a data analyst, you have to understand the data set that was handed over to you. So understanding the data set handed over to you means that all those information, you can't have multiple employees bearing different names, bearing the same names and in your data set. So hence the final process was to remove the duplicates so that you are having single people. That's one name per column or per role in this case. And for that data set that was cleaned, you will also see that when it comes to the analysis part. So let's say, for example, you are trying to guess the age of the Liwi, probably maybe the data collection person that went out or the person that imputed the data made a mistake in that. You can use looking at the entries that Liwi has via the age, for example, you're going to see some patterns. It's an understanding of the patterns, or maybe you would now, if you're trying to perform your analysis, you're trying to maybe say, okay, let me get exactly the age of this Liwi. You can use the average. That's to get the average of the Lewi's age. When you do the average of that age, tagging Lewi, you would see the average of the Lewi. So that in that way, you will say, okay, yes, I think this is the exact age for Lewi. Then you are doing that as well. So remember what we said when it comes to the data cleaning. You're trying to make sure that your data, to a large extent, is accurate at all times. And is in that accuracy, you're going to be doing one or two things, looking at the patterns and ensuring that it is accurate. And when you are done, then you can remove the duplicate. So yeah, she's going to put the formulas via the chat. Thank you very much, Blessing. Thank you. We appreciate you. Thank you very much. And for the second person, yes, you can. Yes, it's real. And for the second tax, the week two tax, we have Hawau. Welcome, Hawau. Another name for Hawa is Nora Inspires, and she's a passionate and emerging data analyst with a strong foundation in Excel, Power BI, and SQL. She's currently studying science laboratory technology and Slaudeke and Kintola University of Technology. Her journey into tech began after secondary school, starting with basic computer training and evolving into deep interest in data, storytelling, and data analysis. Beyond analytics, she has slight experience in smartphone graphic design, and she believes in the process. And before we welcome Hawal, I would love to ask a question. What would you say to Blessing first? And what did you learn? Is there a particular formula that stood out for you? Is there a particular thing that stood out for you? I'd love you to drop it in 1 minute in the chat before we welcome Hawal. Thank you, MJ. What are you taking home from Blessing section? What is your take home? What did you learn in this? Who will be the best person to drop the comments? What did you learn? Okay, I'll be calling names. Emmanuel, MJ, Esther, Deborah. What did you learn? What is your take home? What are you taking home? What step are you taking home from the first one? Text replace okay, power query and clean other columns to determine duplicates. Yes. That's that word where they say word. Yeah, that's making sure you clean every other column before you remove to determine the duplicates before you remove it. It's a good practice to adhere to when you're cleaning your data. So thank you, Emmanuel. Esther. Okay. And to welcome Hawau to take the second section to clean the data too. That's the tax too. Hawau believes in the power of small, consistent steps, and she uses her story to show that growth is possible. Keyword: it is possible no matter where you are starting from. So, yeah, let's welcome Hawau. Thank you,
Good
Esther.
evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. And thanks to Miss Ifunaya for this amazing opportunity because I haven't done this before, but the privilege she gave to me to show my skills, it's something I can't take for granted. So I'm saying a very big thank you to Miss Ifunaya for this amazing opportunity. So for tonight,
Thank
we
you,
are
ma'am.
cleaning the data set with two data sets. And before we dive into the data set cleaning, into the data cleaning, I want us to understand that before doing any cleaning, we have to understand the objective of what exactly we are doing. Because without knowing the objective of what we are doing, we won't really get the idea of what exactly I'm doing. You just going straight to the data set without getting the concept of what you are really working on, it's not really the ideal way to work on it's not really the ideal way to work as a data analyst. So we have to get a concept of what we are really dealing with before we dive into the cleaning or analyzing data sets. So I'll be sharing my screen to read the instruction given to us for this data cleaning before we dive into the cleaning process. So I will share my screen now. Can you see my screen now? Hello.
Not yet.
Okay. What about now?
No, it's not
How
on
about
yet.
now? Not on yet. Oh, seriously.
Yes.
I'm coming.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Not yet. Still.
Can you see that now?
Mm, yes.
Okay. So the instruction given to us to work on doing this data clean is that you are a data analyst working for a retail company. You receive two batches of superstore sales data from different teams. The file has similar in structure but messy and inconsistency. So this we are told that we have to tables, two data, a two data table from a superstore sales. And the data are similar in structure, but they are messy and inconsistent. So we have to clean it to make it make sense for, so that they can get the real insight from the data set. So our task is to clean, standardize, and combine, which is to append them into one clean data set, then provide summary insights. You are told that the file structure, it's an Excel file that contains two sheets, which is with batch one contain 3,005 rows, batch two contain 3,005 rows also. So to get started, the process is not in any order. So we can just, they say at first we have to append the data. That is, we'll combine the row in batch one and batch two into a single sheet called combined data. Then two, we'll split the information from the customer info, create customer name and customer ID. Then step three, we are cleaning the order date. That is, we'll convert all value into a proper date format, and we'll replace invalid dates with a blank or fixed default date with this particular date format given to us, and mark the row for review. Then also we are going to standardize the ship mode column also. That is, we'll correct the inconsistent values such as standard class, same day, and blanks. Then we use the standard class. We use, okay, that's what we want to have in the column is just for us to have the standard class, second class, same day, and first class only. So then for the step five, we are also told to clean the state column. That is, we'll fix the variation. This will change this using some particular concepts in Power Query. We also fix the category column by normalizing the value into technology, furniture, and office supplies. We also correct the incorrect ones like fun, office supply, or blanks. Then the seventh one, we also told to clean the sales column, remove currency signs and the like. So we've also fixed the quantity column by converting everything to numbers. And we are also going to answer some certain question like, what is the total value, how many customers use the standard class ship mode, how many unique customer are in the data set. So having reading the instruction given to us, and I hope we understand what we are asked to do here. Can I get response for that in the comment section?
Yeah.
Is anyone responding to that in the comment section? Like, did you get the concept of what we are asked to do here tonight? I want to
Yes.
know so that I will know I'm not speaking to myself. Is there any
Yes.
response from the comment? Okay,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
okay,
Esther is saying yes.
okay,
Emmanuel is
okay,
saying yes as
okay.
well.
Okay, okay. Since we've got the full concept of what we are going to be doing for on this data cleaning tonight, so we'll be using our Excel Power Query for this cleaning. So I'll start by launching. I'm creating a new column. I mean a new file for this particular data set. So I'll start by loading the data set into my Excel Power Query through the data tab. Then I'll click on get data. Then from file, from Excel workbook, since the file we are given is an Excel workbook. I don't know why this is taking long. So, I will import it into Excel Power Query. into a single column based on the question, the instruction given to us in the data set. We are appending the data set first. The tables into one, the two sheets into one column. Okay. So for the appending of the rows into one, I will click on this first batch, then navigate to the home tab, then I'll click on append queries, then I'll append it as a new one. So I'll click on it, then I'll which they're asking that I'm merging two tables, concatenating two rows in from two tables into a single table. So the first table I'm using is the batch one, while the second one will be batch two. Then I'll click on OK. So the rows has been appended into a single table. So I'll then change the rename the table to combine data. That's been renamed. So doing that, I'll check through my data sets if there's any consistency. That's the way I used to do, to check, okay, what exactly am I working on? I'll check through each column to see if there's any inconsistency. Then I'll check this. Okay, this is okay. Then I'll move to the customer info to check also. All right. All right. This also. Then the other dates, you can see we have some inconsistency in the data set in this other dates column. So I checked through this. I've seen where I'm going to work on this. For this chip mode, there's a lot of errors there. So we need to work on a lot of things there. So this has been checked. For the store, for the state also, a lot of inconsistency. It has been stated in the instruction. So I'm just checking through to confirm that. So we have the product name also. We have the okay, these are sets. Okay. We also have the category of each product. We have the okay, these are the things we need to work on. It has been checked through. So for the sales also, we have noise, we have some inconsistency that will be working on that also. And for the quantity also, there's a lot of inconsistency that I'll be working on also. So doing this, since I've checked through this, so then we are told to split the customer info into customer name and customer ID. The first thing I will do is this. I'll click on the this customer info column. Then I'll split by this split by column at the home tab. Split column using by delimiter. Okay, by delimiter. Okay, can anyone tell me what type of delimiter we'll be using to split this? We can't use space. So what kind of delimiter we'll be using? We'll be using the custom, but what kind are we using? Can anyone indicate in the comment section? I don't know. Is anyone giving response in the comment section? Is anyone giving response?
Signal space. Space.
Is there any answer? Like what we are using the
Yeah.
custom option in the split column. So what exactly are we using to? Is it comma? Is it the stroke? What exactly are we using to split the customer info?
What's customer info? Where you go to?
Someone commented space. Another person commented hyphen. No, go to comments. Click on you are on private chat tab. Go to comments tab.
Okay, okay,
Great.
okay, okay. Yes, yes, yes. Chineke Emmanuel got the answer, so we're going with that. So we use that to split the column into customer name and customer ID. So then I'll click on OK. So we've done that. Let's check maybe what we splitted was right. So we have the name fixed already and the customer info fixed also. So doing all this, then we have to the next thing we have to do is to rename the column for clarity. So this is instead of customer info, it will change to customer name, and this will also change to customer ID. So this has been done. So for the next thing we are doing is we are also dealing with this order date. They said it was stated in the instruction given to us that for this order date, this for this order date, I remembered what we are told to use since this Excel is behaving somehow. That if we have invalid date, that we should replace it with 0101, like January 1st, 2021, and we'll flag it for review. But we'll be doing the flagging for review in Excel when we load it, when we load and close our data set into Excel. So, but let's do the necessary cleaning here, then we'll continue with the rest in Excel. So I'll click on this column, then I'll be using my find and replace function to replace this invalid date with the specific date format we are being given. So I'll right click on this specific column, then click on, where is it? Okay, true. Am I not getting it? Okay, let me find out. Please. Okay, let's go to the transform tab and click on replace value. Yes. So let's go to transform and replace the value, the invalid date to, so invalid date to 01,01,2000. I mean slash not comma. My bad. So slash 2021. So and I'll hit my OK. So automatically the invalid has been changed to this specific format of date. So we have that done. So we are, and this date comma and this date, order date column, we are going to format that into so that everything will be in the right standard. So I have this converted to the right date format. You can see that there's no error there again. So for this ship mode column, we are told to clean the errors that are here. We have the null values here, we have nulls here, like maybe there's some issue going on when the data was being inputted, maybe some kind of mistake, they missed just some kind of human error like that. So what do you think we are going to do? Is it that I'm going to delete this null from this particular column, or what idea can you bring that we can use to make this in the right format, like to make it to know that we are doing the to for us to know that we are doing the right thing? What do you think we can do? Can anyone give me that, give answers to that in the comment section? Can anyone give answer to the question I asked? Is anyone giving answer to that? Like, how can we add the null value in this ship mode column? What do you think we can do to that? Should we just delete the null values there, or what do you think we can? What, any idea? Okay, yes, yes, yes. Any idea again? Anyone with, okay. Okay. For that NA, me, I don't really like using the NA. I have my reason, just to, because if someone that is not tech, how will I put the word? Like someone that is not sounding tech terminologies, be like NA. What does it really mean? Maybe I want to explain to a layman. The layman will be asking me that what exactly does N/A mean? So I prefer changing the not to not specified, like, or it is not given. Do you get, like, not specified for better clarity? So I'll be also using the replace value function for that also. So I'll click on the replace value, and nulls will be changed to not specified, or none will be replaced to not specified. So I'll hit OK. So that has been sorted. So it's, we have it in the right date type, I mean data type. So this has been corrected. So we have the first class, not specified, same date. Second class, standard class. Standard class occurred twice. Ooh. So this standard will also be with this inconsistency because we have the right standard in the right format and we have one in the lower case. So this lower case will convert, like we use the replace value also to convert this one to the right standard, to right standard. So we also use the replace value. So more standard class, then I'll change it to standard class. So it has been replaced. So now we have first class, not specified, same class, second class, and standard class. So this has been corrected. So the next thing we are doing now is also we are cleaning this the state column. We have the null, we have the cal. So let's just take note of the different inconsistency we have there. We have the this cal will be converted to, will be replaced with California because it's stating that it is California. Florida is written in the right format. This NA, we'll leave that one, okay. This NY will be replaced to New York. So we're doing that. So just take note of every values I've mentioned that will be replacing. I said Cal with dots. This New York, I mean NY, and also CX. So those are the three stuff that will be cleaning first in this column. So we also go to the replace value. So first we are cleaning the cal dot. It will be changed to California. So I'll click on OK. So that has been replaced. The Texas, the XTX will be replaced with Texas. Texas. Okay, that has been corrected. So we also use the NY to, we change the NY to New York. Okay. So since we have done the one that we know, this null and also NAN, we also change that to unknown because we don't know. We cleaning removing the null and the NA from this data set would distort the result of our analysis. So I will advise that we just replace the NA to null because these have, if they have a lot of data imputed for them. So it is clear that this state with null and NA shows that maybe the customer did not put down their states. They did not indicate their states. They just fill the other necessary information without indicating their state. So we'll be changing the null and NA to unknown. So we'll be using the replace value also under the transform. So NAN will be changed to unknown. So null also will also be changed to unknown. So so this column has also been excuse me has been cleaned. So the next thing we are working on is this product name. For this product name, we have desktop, laptop, monitor, notebook, office chair, pen set, wireless. Okay, and this category, looking at it, looking at this category table, cleaning of this table column, this category column is kind of a whole lot of stress. But the strategic I use while cleaning this data set is that I did not even bother cleaning this category column. I created a custom column using the conditional column to condition this product that if a particular column, if a particular product is office chair, return is to be furniture. If a particular product name is laptop, we turn it to be technology. If a particular product is desk, we turn it to be furniture. If a particular product is monitor, we turn it to be technology. I want you all to please let me take note of each product name in this thing, so that when I want to use the conditional column, I won't need to be like coming back struggling with the next step that I need to take. So we have the desktop. The desktop will be conditioned to be a furniture category. The laptop will be conditioned to be under the technology, monitor under technology, notebook under office supply, office chair to be furniture, pen set to be office supply, then wireless mouse to be what's it called, technology. So we have desk, laptop, monitor, notebook, office chair, pen set, and wireless mouse. So doing this, I'll click on this product name, then navigate to add column using the conditional column. It's just like using if function in Excel. So I'll rename this to the to be product name. I mean product category. So if product name product name equals to desk, then it should return it to be what, furniture. I'll add a clause. If product name is equals to pen set, return it to be office supplies. Then add a column again. If add a clause rather, product name is equals to wireless mouse, return it to be technology. Adding a clause again. Can anyone remind me the next product name will be inputting in the comment section, please? The next product name will be inputting. I've inputted the desktop, pen, wireless mouse. What else do we need to input? Yes. The instruction was to that we should have only first class and standard only. But okay, monitor. The reason why I did not filter out the null or the NA there is because doing that will distort the result of of the analysis we'll be doing, because it is showing clearly to us here that, let me cancel this and we'll start it again. It is showing to us clearly here that we have the order ID, we have the customer name. So definitely for this particular column to have NA or null is because maybe the person refused to fill in the where is it? Fill in the, I mean, maybe due to the person that attend to the customer failed to fill in the kind of ship mode used to ship the product sold to the destination of the to the customer. Do you get? So me, I believe that deleting that is kind of way of distorting the result. It will affect the result of the analysis we'll be doing, because we will have we are given a certain rows of data sets here. Deleting that is just is not working. Like when we deliver the result to the stakeholders or to the business owner that gave us the data set, they will not get the clear concept of the clear idea of what is really going on with their business. Do you get what I'm trying to say? I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to explain in that aspect. Did I get that well? Did I give clarity to that? Did I give clarity to that? I don't know if I'm able to explain that. So I'll continue with my product name by using the conditional column. So if that's product category, if product name equals to dex, should be, then I'll add a clause. If product name equals to pen set to be office supplies. Then I'll also add a clause again. If product name equals to wireless mouse, then it should return it to be technology. I will also add a clause that if product name equals to laptop, then it should return it to be technology also. If product name equals to monitor, return it to be technology. So if product name equals to, I don't remember again. Okay, thank you. All right, laptop, monitor, notebook. I think we have notebook also. Oh, sorry, we have notebook. One, two, four, notebook. No, no, the office, please. No, no, the other. What else do we have? I don't know if there's still something because. Okay. Okay. Is there any product name we have there again? Notebook. What else again? Can anyone check for me? We have the monitor. I've imputed monitor, laptop, notebook. What else do we have there? We have desktop, pen, wireless mouse, laptop, monitor, notebook. Is that all?
Yeah, you can proceed with this.
Okay. Okay, since I don't know if this is the last one, but I will delete this one since we have the else function that if the product name is if all this condition has been met, else the last one should return the office one should be the last product standing should be office supply. So let's check if what we've the condition we've written is right. So I will drag this to the product name to check. So you see we have office chair. We did not impute the office chair. Let's okay, let's go. Office chair. It's only office chair that we have here. So if I filter through with the office chair, you see that the office chair will be returns that it's office supplies. You see, you can see. So because it was not given the right condition, so I will just edit the I will edit the I will edit this. So I'll add a new column that if product name equals to office chair, it should return the furniture. So then since that's the last product stand, so I'll click on OK. So I'll go back to the let me see what I'm doing. Okay, this is what I have here. So let me filter this now. If I have desktop, desk, office chair, let me see if it will return furniture. So it returned furniture. So I'll filter that also. I just want to check if the what with condition is mapped to the right category. So we have the laptop, monitor, and wireless mouse. Let's see if it is mapped to technology. So it is mapped to technology. So that means what we the condition statement which we wrote is right. So we have the notebook and pen set. I think that's yeah. So it's also mapped to office supplies. So this has been done. So I'll just click on OK. So this category is not needed anymore. So I'll just remove the column since this has been mapped. So I'll change the data type to text. So I've done that. And for this sales, we are told to remove the dollar signs from the sales. I'll be using the find and replace also. And for null, empty and empty space, we are told to replace with zero and we flag it for review. So for the sales, I'll click on this transform tab also, then use the replace function. That if this is $300, then you should replace with a 300. So you have that to be. So this what's it called? I have so this one will also be changed. Five. I think comma zero zero will be changed to 0.00. So did I replace the right thing? Let me do that again. I don't think I did the right thing. Okay. 125 comma 00. I'll just put 125.00. It's meant to more. I'm coming. Okay. Okay, let me change. I'm coming. Let me change the null value to zero and the null to zero. So I'll change the format. I'm coming. Okay. And um, the null also to zero. Okay. So okay. Okay. Let me check. Why is the five not showing? Okay. Why is this not changing? So let me change it to 11. It's meant to change, so I don't know why it's not changing. Uh, so replace value again. 125 comma 00. Then I'll replace with it. Okay. Okay, okay. Sorry. I think okay, I'm coming. There's one. Okay, so let me convert it to using this changing the data type to 125 comma 00. 622. Okay, I've changed that. NA to 0. So this has been converted to numbers. So I'll just change the data types back to currency. So it has been fixed already. So we have this fixed already. And for this quantity, we are told to change the null and none to zero and flag it for review. And five, we've changed it to zero. So you will be using the replace value function option rather. So the five is changed to zero. So I'll click on OK. The none and null will be changed to zero. So okay, I'm coming. Let me change this also to text. I don't know why it's not supposed to be like this. So the null also will be changed to 0. So then I'll change it to O number. So it has been changed. So let's check through. Okay, this has been changed correctly. Okay. So this has been changed. We've changed it. Okay, since we've changed all these, so the next step after all column has been corrected, so I'll just check if there's duplicate in the data set by right clicking on this column ID and then check for duplicate. I say remove the duplicate in the data set. So the duplicate has been removed. So the next thing I'll be doing now, since I've done all the necessary cleaning in this package, so the next thing I'll be doing is I'll check through for each column again to check if what I've done so far is right. So I'll just check again. Okay. And if the data type if each column are in the right data type, so we have the customer name is in the right data type. Okay. The customer ID also is also in the right data type. The other date also, the ship mode. Okay. Okay, we have that. We have the state also. Okay, so there's it. We have the product name. So we have that set. We have the product category, furniture. Okay, we have that set. Okay, we have difficulty here. We have furniture, technology, office supplies. Office supply. Okay, we have office supplies to be. One is written as small letter. So I need to, that will be error while I was typing that. So I think one that's replace office. You can see the reason why it is good to check through the every clean that has been done before closing and applying to Excel. So it has been done. So I'll check again if okay, so you can see it has been done. So we have the sales also, it is the right data type format. So and this the quantity also has been set. So then after checking through this, so I'll just go to my home tab and close and apply to Excel. It's loading dashboard. And 5,00 to 12 points. I mean 125.00, not not 12,500. You get that? So what did you do? There's no blank space on each column. Like there's no any extra spacing in each column. I don't get what you're trying to say. I don't know. I didn't get what you're trying to like this question you're trying to ask. I didn't get this very well. MJ's treats. I didn't get the question you're trying to like. You said so. What did you do with the blank space on each column? Obviously, there's no blank space there. The blank space that I have here, I replace this one to non-specified, and the one we have here also, there's no blank space there. If there is, it would has been ticked there that there is blank space. There's no blank space there. So we've done that. So the next step is after cleaning through we are told to flag, we are told to flag this invalid date, that when we change it to this, we have to mark the row for review, also marking the, where is it, the empty space we replace with zero, with also flag that for checking. And this also, we are also going to flag that for review. So what I did is this: I use the conditional column, conditional formatting in Excel to flag that. So I'll click on the specific column that I want to flag for review and navigate to my conditional formatting and highlight that if order date is equal to, if order date is equal to 01/01/221, then it should fill it to be yes. Fill red, light red fill with darkness. So automatically this is showing that this particular role, it has to be reviewed. Maybe when the correct order date is provided, we just replace it with that. But since we don't have that now, we are told to clean this, and we just flag this for review, that okay, in case we are going to work on this data set later on, then automatically whether we are going to go with this data and this date, or we are removing the date. Okay. So the next thing, we are also told to flag the sales column for review, that if it equals to zero, it should also be reviewed. Whether it's human error, maybe we forgot to input the sales for that particular product being sold, that if it equals to zero, then should also be flagged for review. Likewise, the quantity also should also be flagged for review if it equals to it's zero. So you get that. So this was okay. Is there any confusion so far? Like, is there any confusion so far, so that I can know before I move on to the to answering of the question? Can anyone give response to my question? Like, is there any confusion so far? Oh, serious, my system is okay. Since there's no question so far, there's no question to be asked. I think we get clarity to the question. I mean, to everything we've done so far. So the next thing we are told to do is to answer question.
Okay.
That
Thank you,
what
Nora.
when you are
Someone has
done
a.
with the,
Oh no. Thank you, Nora. Okay, yeah.
okay, I said, please, how did you separate the column info, customer info column? I use the, in Power Query, I use the split column, and I split it by delimiter using the custom option. Since these two are together, and I split the column by delimiter using the straight, what would I call, is it stroke, that is between the order date and order ID and customer name. Do you get that? I don't know if you get that. So my system will soon go off, so I need to complete the question so that I will answer all the questions again. So when you are done with the cleaning, answer the question: what is the total sales value? So we have to calculate the total sales value for the sales of this retail company. So equals to what else? I just like total sales equals to we'll be using the sum function, since we are told to find the total sales. Total sales for the sale. This is the sales. So what I used to do is, then I will highlight the column down. So it has highlighted every values in the column. So I'll just close it and enter. So this has been summed up for us. Then I'll format it as currency, so that it will give clarity that okay, what we actually got, this is actually a total sales. So the next question is, how many customers use the standard ship mode function? So can anyone tell me the function, the Excel function we'll be using to calculate the number of customers that use the ship mode, the standard ship mode. How many customers use the standard class ship mode? Can anyone tell me the function we'll be using? Can we make that fast? Because my system is literally low. I don't know. I have just 18% so that I can complete the question. Can anyone tell me what we'll be using? Like for us to calculate the numbers of customers that use the standard class ship mode. Any idea of function that we'll be using in Excel? Yes, Chineke Emmanuel got that right. So we'll be using the count if function. So using that to say to, total number, number of customer. So I'll use the count if function. I'll say that okay equals to, so I'll write that here for so that everyone can see count if count if what's the range that we want to do. That's the ship mode. So I'll highlight that and say if this, then the criteria is that if this particular column, that I should count this particular column if the condition is meet, the criteria is meet, like then I'll put that into double quotation by saying standard class. So then I'll close that, and voila, we got our answer here. We have total number of customers that use the standard class mode is 2012. So the next question is this, that how many unique customer are in the data set? We are told to calculate that in this data set, oh, how many unique customer do we have? So number of unique customers, unique customers, unique customers. So is there any idea of the function we are going to use? Count A. Yes, count A is, we are going to use count A, but we are told to calculate the unique customer. The unique customer. Count A is included, but there's another function that we need to use also for the for us to get the right. Yes, yes, yes. We'll be using the count A function in combination with the unique, so that we can get the unique customers that unique customer that are in the data set. So we use the, that will be equals to, I'll use the formula by here. So count. The reason why we are using the counter is because this particular column here is not in number format, because we have text in it. That's why you are using count A. Using the the count function ordinarily will not count this particular column. So that's why we are using the count A, that it should count any values that you found in this particular column. Do you get? So I mean, this customer name is either this is also in text, this is also in text. So, and I'll say unique. So the array that I want to count, this is it. This is the customer name. So I highlighted the array, comma, that it should return unique rows. I'm not talking about the columns, I'm saying the unique rows. Then comma, and say it should return every distinct items in the data in this particular column. So then I will click on my tab to select that. Then I will close that, and I have number. So the unique customers we have is 6. Do you get that? So, and with a unique customer we have, and the total number of customers that use the standard is 2012, and this is the total. So going through all, I think we've answered every question being asked, and we've cleaned the data set. So thank you all for your time and everything. Thank you so much. So is there any question before my laptop goes off?
Thank you very
I'm
much,
done
Nora.
with it. You're most welcome, ma'am.
Do you have questions for Nola? Do you have questions? Do you have questions for Nola? You cannot allow Nola to go like that. So one question, at least one or two questions before she leaves.
Is there question? Like
Any question? Okay. In the absence of no question, what is our take home?
okay.
What did you learn from this data cleaning? Is there a particular formula you learned? Is there a particular step you are taking away? What are you taking away today? Any formula that stood out for you? Any step that you learned? And would you be practicing the data set? Would you be trying out these steps using a data set? I would love us to doctor answer. I asked three questions. One, what is your take home? What are you going home with? What steps did you learn that you would practice? Number two, would you be trying out these data sets? Would you be practicing the steps that you learned? And number three, do you have questions for Nora? Okay.
Okay, the formula for the last question.
And from the
Okay, I'll drop that for the last question. I use the unique. mm, I use.
okay. Nora, you dropped it in the private chat.
Okay, I like. oh,
Yes. Click on the private chat and copy it. You dropped it in the private chat. Okay. Do we have a question?
For
Would
me
we
to
be
drop that,
practicing? Yeah.
it's telling me to
Okay.
join the. I should connect
Yeah.
my YouTube to
Okay.
connect.
Don't worry. Okay. I will just to avoid stressing you. I'll just copy it and paste it.
All right, all right.
Okay. Do we have a question? What is our take home? What is our take home? Do we have a question? Would you be practicing? Would you be trying out this? Okay. Thank you, Ruth. Okay. Is it
All
okay?
right, all
Thank
right.
you, Ruth.
Thank you so much.
Right. MJ Street.
Wow, that's nice. That's nice. We'll be expecting your post on that MJ Street.
Yes, we will. Thank you very much. Thank you. Hello. Thank you.
All right, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're most
Okay.
welcome.
We can we can take a screen grab of the next steps so that for the DC week 5 you can use that as the DC week 5. Download the data set. This is the link to download the data set. The instructions are there. You can take a screen grab of this. So the instructions are inside the the data set. You can download it,
Miss
clean it
Ify,
before
sorry.
you.
Excuse me.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I want to like someone drop a comment and ask her, please, will this class be here? Because in case if someone wants to come back, like to watch the video again, like they're asking
Yes,
if the
yes,
video will be okay.
yeah. It's on YouTube, so yeah.
All right. So
Okay.
I think I need to go now because my system will be dying anytime soon.
Thank you. Thank you very
You're most
much.
welcome. And
Thank
thank you so
you.
much for this amazing opportunity. I'm really grateful.
Thank you for honoring the invite. I appreciate. Okay, this is the next step. You can take a screen grab for the data sets, or you can also download the data sets from the email that was sent. Intentionally work towards clearing it between today, no, okay, let's say you want to rest today, from tomorrow and Saturday, tomorrow and Sunday. And the deadline for submission is 5 p.m. on Sunday to give you ample time that when you come back from church on Sunday and you want to do a lot of activities where you're done, you can then work on the data set and post. You can choose to work with the DC week one, you can choose to work with the week one data set or with the week two, or you can actually still choose to try out the two of them. And if you have any questions, please drop in the chat, or you can send me a WhatsApp message or a LinkedIn chat. And do we have a question? And in the absence of no question, thank you, MJ Street. Thank you. Do we have a question? And MJ has said she's going to try. Okay, MJ says she's going to try and she's going to tag us. Who else is going to try and who else is going to tag us? Loop. Okay, thank you. You can know where to practice. Who is going to try it out? Should I expect your submission by Sunday? Should I expect something by Sunday? Would you be trying it out? And if you will be trying it out, should I expect that you'll be done on or before 5 p.m. on Sunday? Yes, no. I'll think about it. I'm not sure yet. It's looking like I will. What is the answer? Should I expect your submission? Yes. Not sure. Thank you, Ruth. Thank you, Emmanuel. I love the capital letters. Thank you. So it means is a sure yes. Thank you, Gafor. I look forward to your submission. And please tag us to the post and also use the hashtag. The thing with the hashtag is that the hashtag makes it visible so that someone can easily just go through the hashtag and see all the posts that has been made using the hashtag. And the thing with posting what you have done is that you know that thing they say about skills or that thing they say about marketing your skills. If you don't loud what you know and can do, nobody will know that you can do this kind of thing. And that is why part of the process is that you outline in details exactly the steps that you took in achieving your results in such a way that whoever is it that comes across your post, even if the person is not a data person, the person should be able to read through your process and understand what you did. This is you subtly selling yourself and showcasing your skills. Because just like I said, if you are not loud about what you can do and know, the next person would not know and can do it. For example, Nora just said that this is her first time having a class and trying to teach this. If Nora did the cleaning and did not post it, I wouldn't have seen what she did. And that is it. So you have to be loud about what you do. Remember, it's not just about you being good at what you do. It's the loudest person. You have to be loud about what you do so that people will see and know that this is what you do. You cannot hide your skills. And that is the essence of posting. So that means if you're trying to make your post, be very intentional about the post, knowing at the back of your mind that you're trying to use this post to showcase what you know and can do. And yes, it is going to attract the people that matter. For the data set, you can take a screen grab of it. This is the link to the data set. And also, I also shared the link via your email. It means the email that I sent out has this data set too. You can download it from there, or you can take a screen grab and go to this website. That's why I made these shorts. Paying attention to the lowercase. You can go through these data sets, go through this link, this web link, and download it as well. Or you can check your email for the link to the data set. That's the first email I sent. Thank you, and I look forward to our submission. Great. Thank you, NG. Have a lovely evening. Bye. And see you on LinkedIn, on Facebook, on WhatsApp. Take care and thank you for joining in. Thank you. It's been an amazing 2 hours. Thank you very much and have a lovely evening. Bye.